Welcome to Spirit Guide Daily. Hey, when we are in a collective, we all share energy. These are daily messages for the collective. They will find you when they are meant to. This is the Nordic Magical Tarot. This is the Soul Helper Oracle. I love it, actually. This is the magical messages from Fairies Oracle. They're not really fairies, they're spirits of air. It's a little bit complicated. Here we go. Let's get going here. Hey guys, what am I going to say? Don't forget to subscribe because it helps my channel. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Alrighty. Alright, we have the King of Cups in reverse. Okie dokie. That can be a narcissist card. It can also be an alcoholic's card. Sometimes it's about a lack of emotional fulfillment or someone who is emotionally withholding, which can be a control factor for some people. Six of Wands in the upright is a card for travel, for progress. It can be a new person coming in. It is a card of victory and success, of progress being made. Awesome on this particular one. Death card in the upright, which is the rebirth card. It can also be the Scorpio card. So the cups can be about water signs. I am not really an astrological reader, and I don't find that my cards have a tendency to reflect it. They're far more likely to reflect the emotional aspects of somebody. You're moving on from something that was not emotionally fulfilling in the past, and it's like you feel 10 years younger. Like there's a spring in your step type of thing, because you feel more supported from within these days. It really is like that self-admiration energy is coming off the Six of Wands, where you're able to see yourself as a trooper and somebody who's resilient and somebody who doesn't give up, who doesn't just measure the worth of your life by the challenges that you faced and, oh my goodness, isn't unfair. Realistically, life, unfortunately, is not fair. There is, here's the thing. If you are watching this in a country where you have clean drinking water, 30% of the planet does not. Understand that the existence that you got is already a giant leg up on a substantial percentage of the population. You are blessed, even if you are less fortunate than those that you can see around you. There's somebody who's looking at your life and you are living a Disney dream compared to what they have. Try to take that perspective, it helps. And it's not to belittle you if you've been unhappy, but rather to help you gain a different perspective. But this is that Phoenix from the Ashes energy with the Death card kind of literally on this particular one. For some people, there's a resurgence of an old figure in your past. Live in this world as a dreamer, create a future paradise. I take one more on this one, protect what you love. It kind of looks to me like you're going to have an opportunity to feel like you're the victor in a long battle with a difficult personality in your life. Here's the thing, if they're foolish enough to try and take you on, like they're gonna know within like 3 minutes that like you're a vastly different person than when they used to yank you around. Like they're in a duck and cover mode if they're foolish enough to try and take you on at this point. Here's the thing, I don't think they are. Music. Listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. Here's the thing. Music helps get people in flow. It helps help determine your mood. Music management is one of the best mood techniques that there is, meaning that when you're feeling low, put on some happy music. It is very unlikely that the mood withstands that. Reach for empowering music in order to kind of pump yourself up as well. For the most part, though, listen, it's like you're definitively moved on from an old energy, but for some people, it really is like it's trying to come back into your life. And it's an interesting energy because protect what you love and live in this world as a dreamer. You used to be a power source for somebody and they want it back, but they don't know how to get it. And that's kind of, this is going to differ from person to person, and this is not going to be able, I'm not going to be able to encompass this in a general read. Dig deep for the lessons that you have learned about what you truly deserve in an encounter that is coming up with an old foe. And don't be in the least frightened, because actually they're very frightened of you. You don't understand that part, but they are very, very frightened of you, because they always understood how powerful you were, but were exploiting the fact that you did not. And now that they know that you do know, Like they're really frightened of you. So no matter what face they might present, they're actually very frightened of you. And remember that part. Pump yourself up through music, through movement to get back in flow. Don't lose yourself to... I think you've worried that if you ever bumped into this person that it would trigger something. All it's going to trigger is the feeling of like, wow, what did I ever see in that person? All right, that was an interesting one. And departing slightly from the vibe of the other ones, be on the lookout for a resurgence of an energy. It doesn't have to be the same person. It can be the same personality type. Because when we're in a vulnerable state, every predator in the world can sense it. They can tell you have real power, but that you don't have the confidence that you need to protect yourself. And so they'll try and take your power or exploit it. It does not have to be the same person, but it's like that energy is trying to push in because you've gotten away from it. And there's just, I have no doubt here that you will, instead of being tempted, be astounded at like, I would have handled that so differently 5 years ago. I would have handled that so differently last year. I would have handled that so differently maybe even 6 months ago. This is the card of someone who has arrived into their transformed energy. And again, it may not be the exact same person from the past, but it is that emotionally draining, emotionally withholding people are always making you chase their approval. Emotionally withholding people are frequently making you chase their approval. And you encounter that energy again, and it's kind of like your response is, oh, go stuff your approval. Who needs it? You're not much. And not in a horrible, judging, lacking universal love way, but rather in seeing the wolf instead of the sheep's clothing this time. Okay? All right, that was an interesting spirit guide one. Don't forget, there are messages in the music you are drawn to. There is a punk rock artist. He's a folk punk rock artist named Frank Turner that I really, really recommend. Frank Turner's music has so much for people who are recovering from trauma. He struggled with addiction, and he has a lot of songs about that. It's pretty hard rock though, so if you're into mild stuff, you're not gonna like it. But if you like a good heavy, strong beat, check out Frank Turner. Take care. Be well.